Harriet Tubman is a survivor of the American slavery. She was a slave who made a success to escape while helping her family and other families, more than 300 saved slaves during this horrible period of slavery. Good morning, Harriet. It's an honor for us to meet you. Thanks a lot for being here today with us.
Thanks, nice to meet you.
I heard that Harriet is not your real name, so what is it?
It isn't. My real name is Aramita Ross. Harriet is the first name of my mother, and in 1844 I was married with a free black man named John Tubman, and I took his last name. Else, people call me Moses as a sign of gratitude.
Are you aware for what you accomplished for the black people?
I'm rather proud of what I accomplished for the victims of slavery. However, I regret to haven't saved more people.
Believe me, you can be proud of your life. Except the other conductors, nobody could save so many people, and nobody could be bruised that you have been. How, with so little time, are you achieved to plan all these escapes?
All the time, the word liberty echoed in my head, and that motivated me to find ideas for save my people, like duvets which dysentery, no, which deciphering a message or things. Do you know Wade in the Water?
Oh yes, I know this song.
Yeah. Oh, sing together.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water.
Wade. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wade in the water.
Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble. God's gonna trouble the water.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
The water. Ah, cool.
Wow, I'm impressed by your bravery. Despite your hard life, you was always here for your family and your friends without expecting anything after. To conclude this interview, can you tell us an unforgettable moment of your life?
Good question. In the Civil War, I worked as a nurse trying to help the sick. And then a lot of people died from dysentery. But nobody found the cure, but I was sure that it was possible to find it. And one time in the night, I was searching the plants which can heal this horrible disease. And I found it. I gifted the soup to a dying man, and I won. It was spectacular. It was the best day of my life. And in this moment, I understand that I can save lives.
Thank you so much, Harriet, for your very interesting interview.
Thank you.
I hope that you have enjoyed our interview. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, today here we're gonna interview Lucretia Moore. The scenario is that she came back to life and we're gonna ask her questions about your life. Good morning, Lucretia. We would like to ask you some questions. Is it okay with you?
Of course, go ahead. It will be my pleasure to answer.
When were you born?
I was born on January the 3rd on 1793
Where were you born?
in Nantucket, Massachusetts. I lived there until I moved to Philadelphia.
Apart from being an abolitionist, what was your real job?
I was a teacher.
Why did you choose this job?
When I was a child, my dream was to be a teacher, so when I got older, I studied to become one.
I know that you are a women's rights activist. Can you tell me why?
Well, it started when I discovered that in the school where I worked, the male teacher were paid 3 times as much as the female staff. It was so unfair. It's not like the women didn't work as much as the men. There is no reason for them to be paid less. It's unfair and unjustified.
Earlier you said that you moved to Philadelphia. Can you tell me more about it?
I moved to Philadelphia when my family did. James Mott, a teacher who I worked with, followed me there, and we got married on April the 10th in 1811. It was one of the best days of my life.
Did you have children?
Yes, we had 6 children, but the second died at the age of 2.
I'm sorry for your loss. It must be tough to lose a child.
Thank you. Yes, it is.
Why did you become an abolitionist?
I consider slavery an evil to be opposed. Black people are human. There was no reason for them to be treated like objects.
How did you stand up against it?
I refused to use cotton clothes, cane sugar, and other slavery-produced goods.
Were you part of anti-slavery associations?
Yes, actually I was part of several ones, like the Philadelphia's female black community. We had close ties to Philadelphia society. I often preach at black parishes.
I guess that the anti-abolitionists weren't happy with you.
No, they weren't. I suffered social persecution, but they weren't check my belief. I kept on working for the abolition cause.
It's a noble thing to do. Did your husband help you?
Yes, he helped me a lot. I couldn't have done anything without him. All we did it together.
I heard that you offered hospitality to fugitive slaves. Is it true?
Yes, indeed.
You really are a great person. Did you attend the Anti-Slavery World Convention?
Yes, I was, and many others also. I was involved in several anti-slavery associations.
Were you for or against the war?
I was a pacifist. After the Civil War, I increased my effort to end war and violence. I was a leading voice in the Universal Peace Union.
Well, Lucretia, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
It was Lucretia's Mott interview. She died on November 11th in 1880 of pneumonia at her home in Cheltenham, Pennsylvania. She was commemorated by a sculpture at the United States Capitol unveiled in 1921. In 1983, she was posthumously inducted into the U.S. National Women's Hall of Fame. Thank you for listening to us.
Hello, Mr. Steele. Would you like to introduce yourself to other people?
Sure, my name is William Steele. I was an abolitionist from the Underground Railroad in the 19th century.
There were thousands of slaves who succeeded to escape by using the Underground Railroad. There were other people who risked their lives to help them to get their freedom. They were known
as conductors. Mr. Steele is one of them. Mr. Steele, where are you from?
My parents came from Africa, but I was born in the New Jersey, where my parents used to live.
How your parents get their freedom?
At first, my dad got his freedom by breeding it. Then my mom tried to escape, but she failed. And she tried to escape another time, and she succeeded, but she left 2 of my brothers there.
How did you start helping black people from slavery?
I moved to Philadelphia in 1844, where I started working as a clerk for the Pennsylvania Anti-Slavery Society, where I was the first black member.
People often used to call you the father of the Underground Railroad. How do you feel about it?
I think it's such a pleasure, and I feel proud to be remembered as the man who helped many people to get their freedom.
About how many slaves have you had to receive freedom?
I think that I've helped about 800 slaves.
Wow, that's really big. Weren't you sometimes afraid of risking your life?
Definitely, but I think we were all afraid of risking our life. I think we were okay with that because helping people was all that mattered. It made us more strong than ever. Do you have more questions?
Yes, I have. A lot of people say that you hid the information of the fugitive slaves that you helped. Why?
It's true. One day I've discovered that one of the slaves I helped was my brother. It was still who was sold in Alabama before the sudden escape of my mother. So I've started to keep the information for myself, so I could reunite families who were separated.
Could you tell us more about notes you took from other slaves?
Once I helped the slaves, I used to interview them, take notes, and write a brief biography.
Have you only worked in Pennsylvania?
No, I've also worked in the New Jersey, New York, New England, and Canada.
The information also have been useful to write a booklet. Could you tell us more about this book?
Yes, of course. This book is called The Underground Railroad Records. It's a book that chronicles the history and method of 649 slaves.
You were born as a free mom. You were born as a free man. How did the idea of helping slaves come in your mind?
When I heard my parents talking about slavery, it made me sad, and I wanted to risk my life to help people because I think that nobody deserves to be treated as an object.
What do you think about the slavery?
I think that everybody is equal, so we are all equal and we come from the same way.
Have you worked with other conductors during the Underground Railroad?
Yes, I've worked with one. His name is Thomas Garrett. And
when you get the chance to know her?
I didn't get the chance to work with her, but I know her, and I think that everybody knows her. She's a legend, and I really admire her.
Thank you, Mr. Steele. It was a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you.